with themselves, even managing themselves. There is issue of transparency, accountability on their leader. I don't want to mention name, but it has really shocked me. And from there, I've concluded that we still have a way to go. Integrity is a very big problem in this country. Getting people who have integrity is very difficult. The Public Service Commission must focus on those people whom are being employed, because some of people who are in these offices are not even human. You go there, you seek government, you want to agitate maybe a government policy, or you want to know how the government operates. It's very difficult to get someone who will explain to you. So the Public Service Commission must not only focus on academic credentials of those whom they employ, but are these people who are being employed, are they human? Are they honest? Do they have humanity? That is when we will have a strong Public Service Commission, a strong public service, which will be able to deliver services to Kenyans. President Ruto cannot be a procurement officer, cannot be an accountant officer, cannot be a director general down there, cannot be a director, cannot be a principal secretary. You find when you go to even to see a commission general somewhere or a director general, they take your issue, they refer it somewhere. When you go to that somewhere, you're being taken like this, and services, you can't get service. We are not going there for our own behalf, but we are going there to fight for the people of Kenyans who are saying that good government policies which are being made in private concrete walls, inside private rooms, inside halls and conferences, are not rhyming with the aspirations of Kenyans at the grassroots level. And for that matter, the Public Service Commission must ensure that they employ people of high integrity, people who are human, people who are superhuman, and can be able to understand those who go for such services irrespective of their levels in the Maslow hierarchy of needs. I want also to talk about this issue of yesterday we saw the ex-deputy president castigating his former leader. It is very unfortunate. Such issues need to be talked about in private. And when you come out, you need to spearhead the issue of public participation and civic education. Had you spoken those things which he said yesterday, which the ex-DP said yesterday, had he spoken those things way before early this year, many people could have been killed on June. It was very unfortunate. So I want to urge the president to whip. The people in this government are just there for salary. 70% of them are just there for salary. I want the president, or rather, I'm requesting the president. I know I'm not in a position to advise or demand the president, but he should find on his heart the way Magufuli used to operate in Tanzania, and walk around to see how Kenyans are going through difficulties in getting even government services, in public hospitals, in public offices, in public government institutions. It is very difficult. And for that matter, this issue needs to be followed up and ensure that performance contract, even to a clerk, that person of a lower cadre in government, is followed to the latter. I want to talk about this issue of also HIV/AIDS. I know we are marking 40 years since this health pandemic came into this country, and it has really affected and infected many families. I just want to urge people, the government, to focus on it a lot, and also to speak the people, to ensure that public participation and civic education on this issue, the Ministry of Health, different government agencies, to come and ensure that this issue, it is talked about and people are well aware. Socioeconomic factors, poverty, these are some of the issues which have really contributed to this pandemic, to the spread of this pandemic. You find that our young ladies who cannot afford for themselves, young men who cannot afford for themselves are being lured by people who are super spreaders of these diseases. So if we conduct public participation in public forums, and National Mbunge la Mwananchi welcomes the Ministry of Health to ensure we partner to ensure that we preach this gospel in rural Kenya and also in urban centers. For instance, this side of Nairobi and Mombasa and many other urban centers, for instance, Kisumu, so that our people are well aware, so that the spread of these diseases will not continue in this 21st century. We are in 21st century and the government has used enough resources. Those resources, if well utilized, I think we should not talk about the spread of HIV/AIDS. we should embrace our social moral values which our ancestors used to live in. With those few remarks, may I end it there.